Hello. Hello out there. Gotta shake out the hair. All right. Thank you for joining me. Anybody that's here. Today we've got two more lands to save. Two more lands to save, and then the evil, I think his name was Tanzra. You get the evil Tanzra to defeat. Then, depending on how fast we do that, I might actually move into something else. Hello there, unqualified gamer / Bruce. I mentioned shaking out my long, luxurious hair. I know that you have long, luxurious hair also, and you need to do that too. But that's enough being silly. Because we're grown-ups, and we need to do grown-up things. Welcome back, Sir Maestro. All right. So we're finished these lands. Again, we could drink it from a cup head. You just want me to play that game. You're trying to put Cuphead into my brain so that I'll play it. And you know what? It's slowly working. It's $20 right now. I know it sucks, but I'm gonna have to wait a little bit. But I do want to play that game because that game looks awesome. And I'm not sure what's going on with my controller. My controller's very like my wire. It's kind of hard to see. My wire's starting to separate a little bit, and I'm terrified. Every time I pick it up, I'm worried that one of the wires separated. But yeah, if you're playing this game all the way through, at this point, we've still got, we could build the towns bigger. We can go to the old towns and earthquake all the crappy buildings, and then they'll build better buildings. But we're not going to do any of that. We're just going to go, we're going to fight monsters. Good. Let the hate flow through you. Well, not hate. You know, like, I just want to see you suffer while you play a game. That's arcade manager Palpatine. Your overconfidence and difficulty at games is your weakness. Your faith in your quarters is yours. Reimagine Palpatine as like the dick arcade manager. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah, this part. I think I remember there being a trick. Hey, Suave. I remember there being a trick like you're supposed to stay ducking the whole time because there's no knockback if you're ducking down. Yeah, see, there you go. If you're standing, there's a little bit of knockback and it'll knock you off the platform. But as long as you duck down, it won't drop you backwards. Of this fully armed and operational Time Crisis machine. Because that game was awesome in the we played so much of that. Excuse me. We were I worked at an arcade. I worked at an arcade for probably close to a year. And it was a pretty decent arcade. Probably one of the last arcades that I remember in existence. Around here anyway. And we were there one day, and it was probably like 3 in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon. These cops came in. I want to say about 4 or 5 cops, all in uniform, but I hope they were off duty. But they always gravitate towards the gun games. And so we had, there was that police trainer game, which of course they always try and play. And they go to the Time Crisis, and they like the Time Crisis because it had the feedback and then you duck down and everything. So they got a kick out of it, but they could be amazing shots in real life with real guns, but arcade machines aren't. They're not real guns. So they were doing average. So it would crack me up because I would go and I waited while they're there, and then I went over and I put in my 50 cents and then started decimating the game. And it's just funny to watch their faces. Good. Like, oh man, these guys, that's all they do is play these games. Like, yes, sir. That is all we do. Oh, I missed something. I missed the, there was a power-up in the other area. Oh, get him. That shot like the crescent sort of beam. Ah, I miss arcades. I keep doing it the wrong way. Get him, get him! Oh, wrong way. I think it's this way. It's a set pattern. I'm just not paying as much attention as I really should be. Woo! That was almost my fault. Oh, God. I got the bigger on sword today. Never done that before. Surprisingly easy. Yeah, it's been forever since I played that game. And the water temple. The water temple wasn't that difficult. I remember the first time I did it, it took me 4 hours, and an hour and a half of that was that an enemy glitched, but I didn't know that it was glitching. Like, when the enemy spawned, it dropped sort of stuck in the wall. And I thought I was supposed to get around to it, so I searched the whole place, looking for a doorway that I had missed to get around to the back of it. It turned out that it had glitched, so when I went back into the room, it spawned correctly. I'm like, well, that was a huge, gigantic waste of time. It's funny because inherently I don't mind water temples. I'm not a huge fan of water physics, which I think is the problem. I think that's what everybody's issue is. Water physics, ice physics. Hell, I was excited in Mario Odyssey when you could use the Goombas to avoid moving on the ice. Like, you would move like normal on the ice with the Goombas. Claim is now 5th bottle. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Alright, so I need... I'm gonna clear out these two. Now those skulls, this and the next area are the only places where you see the skulls. This is a good time to use your power up for your arrows and those bombs, because this, after a while, they'll do that and cause an earthquake. But I don't have anybody here, so no big deal. Remake 5 temp. The remake, do you mean the 3DS? If you mean the 3DS game, I haven't actually played that one. I never picked it up. I had a few chances to buy. I had a chance to buy. I know it was $20. It may still be, depending on whether or not you can find it. But I don't want to buy it as like the player's choice or greatest hits version. They build a pen for sheep, and I'm pretty sure that's the only pen they build. It contained Muslim chanting. The new theme is very but it has different... Really? That's interesting. I have the original N64 version. They removed it from the... What was that? The Master Quest disc? I have that. I don't remember what it is. I have a couple of different discs like that. I think one of them is the Master Quest disc. That I'm not sure. I'll have to get up and look. I have one of the first ones. I know that it wasn't like later on or anything like that. Like, I got it not long after it came out. There we go. Hey, 2 monsters layers right off the bat. Now we're talking. All before we build too many houses. I don't have the gold copy though. That's the only thing that bums me out. I wish I had the gold copy. With his last ounce of strength, his last request is to pass away while being covered by the master's tears. Man, these people are hardcore religious. Because that's realistically what's going on here. So this dude wants rain. And you don't actually get anything for it. Yeah, I think they just thank you for... I am a merciful God. In this game. Religious themed vocals from the Muslim faith. Okay. Oh man, yeah, I need to go back and... I think I've only played through that game twice. And I never finished Majora's Mask, which I came to find out maybe a year or two ago that I was right near the end. This year our ranch has some horses. Oh, that's good for you. And the design of the mirror. Why was the design of the mirror shield changed? What, did it have a big cross on it or something? Which wouldn't be surprising, but... Oh, yeah. Blue demon bastard. Okay. Man, it's amazing how long ago that was. You would think that sort of panic was modern day. The instinct to not want to offend anybody. It's fun, and you know what? It's a company thing because Dracula, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, when you used Alucard's, when you used the cross, it had a giant crucifix, like not even just the cross, like crucifix with Jesus on it, and nobody said anything about that. Nowadays. That isn't going anywhere. That is not going to fly with anybody. That isn't going to fly no matter how many of these wind spells you use. That's a cool spell. That'll blow away all the enemies, but the people wanted it so it get their windmill going. The one windmill they have. So, okay, I gotta ask. Anybody see that Infinity War trailer? Because, wow. And this is coming from somebody who Avengers 2 didn't really do a whole lot for me. And that Infinity War trailer looks pretty awesome. We need to make clothes from the fleece of our sheep. Oh yeah, so they're gonna offer me fleece, and then there's if I go to anywhere that's cold, they'll need that. Yeah, this land is actually pretty small. Right, but now they panic. Favorite and least favorite dungeon. When you play the game vanilla, the Ice Palace in hey Borp, the Ice Palace in Link to the Past. I just don't. If you play it vanilla and if you play it the way you're supposed to play it, like if you play it 1 through 7, because if you go to the 6th palace first to Misery Mire. No, not Misery Mire. Which one was this? Yeah, 6th palace is Misery Mire. If you go there first and you get the Cane of Samaria, it makes it a little easier. If you don't, you have to... There's a block that you have to drop, but then you have to loop all the way around, because the blue and orange things that you hit the ball and then the blue goes up and the orange goes down and vice versa. you can't get to it, so you have to go through this whole big loop to get around to it. When you have the Cane of Samaria, you just drop down and you can just use it. So and of course there's ice physics. I just think that dungeon's a pain in the ass. When you play it in the vanilla way. The favorite dungeon? I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't remember any dungeons making me think this is just incredible. Like, I don't know if I have a favorite, just because I don't ever remember that. I don't ever remember feeling that this was spectacular. It looked gorgeous. Oh, I guess if you want to say that, in Wind Waker, the volcano, I just thought was gorgeous looking. Especially in I didn't pick it up, but the HD version for the Wii U, I thought it looked gorgeous with the heat, you know, that sort of mirage effect, that sort of wavy texture to everything that heat causes. I just think the little embers flying around, I just thought that was a beautiful looking stage. Yeah, other than that, I guess that's it. I don't really have any dungeons in Zelda that were just mind-blowing. Forest Temple from Ocarina of Time, the City in the Sky from Twilight Princess. You know what? I played Phantom Hourglass once, and I don't remember too much of it. It was great. I preferred it to Spirit Tracks. Even though I didn't hate Spirit Tracks as much as people seem to. People seem to have a problem with that game, and I didn't really have one. Twilight Princess, I kind of rage quit. Well, not rage quit as in I got stumped. I was playing it just fine, and then I got to the point where you need to collect the pieces of the mirror. And it pissed me off, because I remember thinking, this freaking guy can't touch a damn thing in his life without it breaking into 6 pieces that he has to go and collect. And I was like, okay, maybe I don't need to be playing this right now. So I stopped for a while, and then I eventually went back. I think I started over just because I didn't entirely remember what I was doing. I played it on the Wii, so I played the backwards version. Yeah, I like the Zelda games on DS. I thought that they did feel different. I thought that they did some pretty cool things. I liked I didn't like using the stylus to move. I don't like that. But I like using the stylus to map out where the boomerang goes. I thought that was brilliant. This land we're gonna populate. We'll finish the map here, just because this is one of the last areas to that we can earn some experience points. Here, and then the next place. The tutorial for Twilight Princess. I don't even remember the tutorial. Or you mean like the opening segment? That's, if you mean the opening segment, like there's always that sort of opening period where they make you do a certain thing. That's Majora's Mask. Yeah, see, yeah, for me, Majora's Mask, that's what keeps me from playing that game. I didn't like the act of having to do all of that stuff over and over again just to get out of the town. And again, that's a game that I found out. I remember I had almost beaten, or I had beaten the 4th dungeon. And I was just tired. The day reset again, and I had finally had it with doing all the stuff to leave the town. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to play this anymore. And I found out maybe a year or 2 ago that the game only had 4 or 5 dungeons, so I was right at the end. So I ended up stopping right near the end. During a severe... You know what? I hate getting sick, but damn it if that's not the best time to play some games. I gotta give it to these people. They are steadfast in their determination to live under a volcano. forget when they said I was going to level up again. That's one trick with this. Whenever it's time to build a town, for the town under construction, the max amount of people that will come out of here is 6. When you start seeing fewer than 6, the development of the town is winding down. I could ramp it back up if I destroyed everything with an earthquake, but I'm not going to do that. That volcano just wants to kill everyone. Yeah, I guess that's half of a volcano's job, you know. Clear the land, make room for more. Hey, Sean, by the way. Alright, so we're going to take offerings. Pompeii SNES version. That's a bummer that they didn't have a volcano in the SNES SimCity. I would have gotten a kick out of that. I mean, sorry to all the people that would have suffered in my town, but yeah, it would have been fun. Alright, so we're going to return to the Sky Palace. And now there is a monster. Before we do that, let's take a drink out of our grown-up cup. Yeah. May luck be with you. I'm God in a statue. I am luck. And again, that's not me boasting. That's what the game is. Oh! Ow. God doesn't like lava. Is that no idea what I'm thinking of this? My favorite bit of voice acting is the speech Dracula gives us. You beat him. Sarcasm. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the world and loses his soul? Matthew 16:26, I believe. I played a lot of that game. Actually, one of my you're not far from one of my favorite bits, which is what were Lisa's last words? She said, "Do not hate humans. If you cannot live with them, then at least do them no harm, for theirs is already a hard lot." I love that line. That's like that's my philosophy for people. Like, don't go out there and be a jerk to other people. Don't commit crimes. Don't make life harder for other people, because it's already difficult. And that's one of the reasons I love that line, is because that's sort of how I feel. Is my stream doing okay? My little stream health thing went from green to red. Okay, I'm back on green. Yeah, hopefully I'm not dropping frames or anything. Stream is fine. Okay. Yeah, if you've ever streamed on Twitch, there's this little it's a little green, sort of like an icon for your stream health. And yeah, it went to red really quick for maybe a second or two, and then it went back. That's it. That's it. Give him the good stuff. Yeah, when you play this game off of professional mode, it's like you just take a bunch of hits. Buffers from time to time, nothing to distract. Okay. I really do wish I had a better capture card so I could I could play some of the more modern games. You know, I would love to play some Splatoon on here. Thank you for taking care of us. Now we can take care of ourselves. So please help other lands. And there's some more stuff they want to talk about. I wonder if there are those people that, you know, they go to church every day and they always pray about stuff and they always ask stuff. If whatever God is up there is just sitting there like, oh my God, you can do some things yourself. What method do you use to record this game? I'm playing this on an emulator. I do own this game, but I'm playing it on an emulator just because it looks better, it's easier, and again, there's no lag, because if I play it through a Super Nintendo, I need to run it through my capture card, and then it delays heavily since it's an older card. So yeah, so for now, that's just going to be how I have to do everything, which is either through emulators or games that are just naturally on PC. I have a game that I wanted to play. I bought it and I haven't played it yet. It's sort of a Final Fantasy IV style RPG called Shadows of Adam, and I saw it at a convention, and it looks incredible. But I bought it, but I just haven't played it, and it's on PC. So I think I want to play that eventually, but I don't want to do it blind here. I would rather wait. I need to take an offering. I have a Roxy on a Hapog, but those still have a delay. Yeah, recording is fine. Hey, Indigo. Glad to see you're here. Recording is fine. I have no problem with that. I mean, it doesn't look super sharp because I don't have an upscaler, but recording is okay. It's just trying to stream. I think the HD 60S or whatever it is, I think they can stream without much of a delay. I have laptop, so I don't have a desktop computer, so I can't get the one that goes into the PC, because I think that's the best way to do it. We're gonna go. Yeah, let's go. Okay. So this land is saved. This land, it drives me nuts. I hate this place. I wouldn't say the difficulty ramps up, but it does get a little weird. But you have to use sunlight on every single panel. Sometimes I wonder if an upscaler makes the game look nice. It does sharpen it a little bit, but, and I don't mean like the frame, because the Frame Meister was super expensive. I don't even know if you can buy them anymore. But it cleans up the image a little bit, and that seems to be it. I think the best thing I can do is, you're probably better off with a system that runs out, like the Super Nintendo, for instance, actually outputs S-Video. I think it does component, and I know it does RGB natively if you have the first system. I'm not going to go through the trouble of getting all the RGB hookups, because that's, you got to go like component to SCART and all this stuff. It's just kind of obnoxious. But that on its own does really well. But this music is great. And see, here you go. Everything looks icy, but it's not, there's no ice physics right here. There's some later on. Yeah, it can look a little unnaturally sharp if you set it wrong. Yo, just keep going. But yeah, I've seen upscalers in person anyway. They always make everything look great. And then of course there's other problems. You know, you can't. There we go. You can't emulate everything. You know, I would love to play some Saturn games, but I can't. Not that I haven't really looked, but I don't really remember any Saturn games that or any Saturn emulators that work very well. N64 generally use component input. Okay, yeah. Saturn emulation is kind of it's when they crack Saturn emulation, and I hope they do. Maybe some of those damn prices will go down. Yeah, I hear bad things about the N64 emulator, except for the fact that it looks gorgeous. Oh, damn it. Oh, wait, I'll take that. That's why I prefer original hardware to emulators, but it makes everything better. I mean, it makes everything easier, I should say. Come on now. There we go. Take some extra lives. My laptop wants to update. Nope. 64 runs smooth as butter. And I think that's what it is. I remember in the old days when there were things like Bleem for the PlayStation, that was the problem, that you had to, a lot of them, they had to be configured for specific games in order for them to work. They wouldn't just work for anything. Have a good one, Sean. Thanks for stopping by again. Be safe. No watching the stream while you're driving. But if you insist on watching a stream while you drive, I recommend this one. Don't tell anyone I told you to do that. Oh, thank you for the host. Thank you for the host. Who's that, Oracle of Sight? All right. I definitely appreciate that. Hopefully we'll get a new follower at some point. I added one of those widgets for when people follow and stuff. Heard so. Try soba for the first, like the soba noodles. How are they? I had Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you. I have I had udon. Like I tried to make udon, and that's more difficult than I gave it credit for. Cause apparently the instructions say you're supposed to make it and then like cool it off, and then reheat it later. But that's awesome. Yeah, so I tried the udon. I had udon. It was like an orange ginger sauce. It was very good. Get him! Get him! Oh yeah, this is the water that splashes up when he throws those down hurts you. Oh, that's good. That's good that you listen. I definitely thank you for that. I'll try to make the conversation more interesting. We'll oh, you know what we'll do? We'll next time we'll create we'll do an ASMR stream just for you. We'll make it real interesting. We'll get really close up to the mic and we'll say nice gentle things. We'll do it like the Owen Wilson ASMR video. Wow. Yeah, I'm a super picky eater, but I do want to try. I slowly but surely try different things. I have an easier time trying different things when I make it. It's real weird. I prefer to make the food, so I like to see what goes into it. That gives me more confidence in what I'm gonna eat. Deep spiritual conversation about cats. Hey, we can have a deep spiritual conversation about cats. Anything I absolutely don't like concerning food. Hey, Spider. As far as a particular aspect of food that bugs me, I don't like, I don't like the consistency of food. Like coconut. I don't like coconut because I don't like that consistency of it, that sort of grainy texture to it. Let's see here. No rain. God, it'll make things worse. It's already cold. My biggest issue with food, if I can't stand the smell of it, I won't eat it. It's not normally something I get into. Do we have any picky eaters out there? Is there anybody that is really picky about things that most people are not? Because you are the ones that will understand what I'm talking about. Oh, like you find a fish? Yeah, I don't like seafood, but I can eat a fish stick. It's been years. Which is funny because people consider fish sticks the hot dog of seafood, and I don't like hot dogs. Again, just I don't like the smell of it. Yeah, it's something that I really don't get into because I'll talk about it here. I have almost gotten into arguments with people, like full-blown arguments, because as a picky eater, there's certain things you do. These are the things you do as a picky eater. Number one, when you're going to eat somewhere new, you eat before you leave. That's a rule, because if they have stuff that you don't like, if you can't confirm that they have stuff that you do like, not only will you need food, but you'll be able to tell people, oh, I ate before I left. You know, I ate food. I didn't realize I was leaving that soon or something. Yeah, see, I don't know if I'll eat anything. You know, but yeah, I've almost gotten into arguments because I've refused to eat what they're saying. And I don't mean like I'm throwing a tantrum like a baby. I just, you know, hey, why don't you eat some of this? No, I'm good. I ate a little bit earlier, so I'm all right. I'm still full from lunch, and you know, no, you got to eat something. It's like, don't worry about it. I'm new. I'm not new to this. I know how to handle not eating something for a little while. But yeah, it turns into a kind of an issue. Once people find out that you're a picky eater, the entire meal turns into, we have to get this person to eat food. The whole thing, well, here, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? No, don't worry about it. I'll handle it on my own. Why aren't the people developing? What in the world is going on? They're not building. Build, damn it. I know what you mean. Very adamant to not eat anything your parents did. Yeah, and that's I don't know what that comes from. That's the thing. I'm not entirely sure if that comes from a place specifically, or if it just happens to be, you know, that's the way you like. I used to, like, for instance, I worked at a skating rink, and a buddy of mine worked in the kitchen. They used to make pizzas and stuff. I wouldn't eat a pizza that he didn't make or that I didn't make myself. But that was because I had seen the condition of that kitchen, and I knew that he was very Oh, hold on. I don't have enough magic for that. I knew that he was very picky about how clean the place was. And I knew that I was very picky about how clean the place was. So, you know, that's where that came from. All right, I want to know why they're not building anything here. Yeah, it made me feel safe, and again, it wasn't like an emotional thing. It was I had seen the mouse droppings, I had seen the roaches crawling around. There was no way I was eating anywhere. Yeah, these skull guys will cause an earthquake, but for some reason the people aren't building, and I'm wondering if it's because I haven't really killed anything yet. Here, let's use a bomb. Let's get rid of some of these enemies. Yeah, I don't know why nobody's building. Yeah, the bones thing I don't mind too much. Let's put one of these arrows on. I don't mind bones. One of the reasons I don't like fish in particular, I almost choked on a fish bone when I was a kid. So I have a little bit of anxiety about that, which is kind of why I don't mind fish sticks, because I know that they cleared all of that stuff out. Yeah, I'm trying, and these people just, they don't want to listen to my divine influence. I'm going to have to use some divine weaponry on them in a little while. They hear that their lord is talking about food, and they're all just kind of hungry. Almost choked on Jello. Did it have pieces of fruit in it? Because I don't understand why people do that. The pieces of fruit, like Jello's fine. You don't need to fix Jello. That's another thing. I love comfort food like mac and cheese, but I won't eat mac and cheese if it's anything other than the like the Kraft macaroni and cheese out of the box. You know, I don't like when people put a whole bunch of stuff on it. Like, it's 3 cheese mac and cheese, and it's got breadcrumbs and all kinds of stuff. It's like, mac and cheese is fine. It's a comfort food. It's supposed to be easy. You're making it more complicated than it needs to be. Let me tell you what we want, what picky eaters want. I'll tell you what picky eaters want. This is going to be it exactly. Picky eaters want the kids menu in adult-sized portions. We want chicken nuggets and slices of pizza, but we when you order it, we don't want 4 nuggets, we want 20. That's it. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. That's the solution to the picky eater problem. Mashed potatoes. Now, mashed potatoes is interesting. I don't like, and I don't hate them. I can eat them. But I don't like the instant, like the powdery mashed potatoes that you just add the milk and stir. Only because it does not taste as good as actual potatoes. That's just a preference thing. That has nothing to do with like any sort of weird, and it's not like a food phobia. I've seen people that have food phobias and stuff, and it's nothing like that. Yeah, or an entire pizza to herself. That's it. Don't judge me. I've such learned a love for sushi that has no fish in it. Okay, describe sushi that has no fish in it. Because I've heard this before, and I guess you're talking about, like, what is it, the California roll? I think that's one of them that doesn't have sushi in it. Unqualified Gamer there. I believe Unqualified Gamer is a sushi man. I know we've been to ramen. We've been to get ramen, and we went to that Korean barbecue place, which was good, but I don't think the stoves were on all the way, because some of that meat took a little longer to cook than it should have. Potato quality is really. Yeah, I've had mashed potatoes that were a little too watery. I've had mashed potatoes that have. If it's fresh mashed potatoes, I can deal with the lumps, because lumps in fresh mashed potatoes is just potato. And I like potatoes. Potatoes are a vehicle food. They are a food that tastes like nothing because it's supposed to taste like whatever you do to it. Let's build in the last direction here. I love how these people, by the way, I love how these people just automatically knew how to build bridges. They didn't need a special item or anything. Sushi with cucumber, egg, or tofu with soy sauce. All pretty good. That sounds interesting. I'm not a cucumber guy, but egg, I've never had tofu. I hear tofu is one of those things that's very bland because it's supposed to taste like whatever it is that you're making with it. Now I do I love the roasted potatoes with like rosemary and garlic on them. Oh man. Runny yolks, but now I'm getting used to ugh. Nah, I can't. Like the sunny side up eggs. Nah, you lost me. Yeah, I have vivid memories of people making the sunny side up eggs and then taking the bread and then dipping it in the yolk. I'm like, oh no, I can't. And I love eggs. I think scrambled eggs and fried eggs are amazing. I even love depending on where you go for Chinese food, the rice. Some places make it with like the scrambled egg in the rice. It's awesome. Cooking stream would get. Hey, if I had I wanted to do that before. I'm gonna throw out a $1 million idea there if anybody wants it. I wanted to do a web show called Cooking for the Rest of Us, which was basically going to be a cooking show where we follow the instructions on the box. Because I've talked to so many people who, when you talk about cooking, they say things like, oh, I can't even follow the directions on the box. I can't even do this or that. It's like, that's simple stuff. You literally just do what the box tells you to do. So I had that idea, like it was going to be a stupid show, but at the same time, it was going to be a show for people who they just don't get it. Like they just don't understand, mac and cheese. You put the mac and cheese in the water, you boil it until you like how the consistency of the macaroni. You strain it and then you add the powder and a little bit of milk if you want, and some butter. I like to put the butter in first. Yeah, just cooking for the average, because you see these cooking shows in there, they have 19 different ingredients. And they make it sound like you're supposed to just automatically have this stuff. Oh, let's make a cake. All right, be sure to grab your whisk. People who don't cook don't have whisks. I grew up using a fork, and you just stir it with a fork. It's not rocket science. It's simple. But a lot of people, they're so put off by the idea that it's complicated that they don't even bother trying. Today we're making a ham sandwich. Hey, I guarantee you there's people out there who try and make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and shred the bread with their butter with the knife and don't understand what they're doing wrong. Recreate Food Wars recipes. We'll be like Iron Chef. I think I'm about to grab some ramen. Yeah, of course you're gonna grab some ramen. We'll be like Iron Chef, but our ingredients are like basic ingredients. Our crazy ingredient today is chicken. All right, so we have saved this land for the most part. We need to take their offerings. Oh, no, take their offerings. Another source of magic? I'm missing one of the spells, and I think I'm supposed to develop one of the other lands better. in order to get it. It's like an aura spell. I thought it was here, and I thought that they would. Hang on, did I not use? Oh, I didn't use the sunlight all the way because I think they'll search in this lake. You can do this with some game music in the background and teach us the ways of food instruction. I'll make it like overly dramatic. It'll be a lot like Food Wars where it'll. Oh no! What's that? Oh, someone's gonna know it. I saw a clip of the show with their different vegetables, and for whatever reason, the potato is gonna sacrifice himself by jumping into the hot water. So he peels himself, and it's real dramatic, and then he dives into the pot. So yeah, it teach us the ways of food, and I love it. Yeah, someone's got to know where that clip is from. And the potato sacrifices himself. It was friggin' hilarious, and I don't remember what I don't even know if I knew what show it was from. Yeah, and you could probably type in something like anime potato peels himself. I can make a pretty bitchin' bowl of soup. Hey, if you can heat it right and make the soup actually taste like it's supposed to, you're doing pretty well. You're doing better than some people seem to think they can do. All right, so we're gonna go back to the Sky Palace. We are going to fight. Now this is the last platforming stage. The cereal kind of soup. Hey, it's cold soup with cow juice broth. That's the new name for cereal. That's your new cereal brand, cold soup with cow juice for broth. No. Good epic music. Crummy stage. Oh, no, wait. Okay, can't go there. Oh man, I take a beating in this stage just because I'm careless. Come on. She was having a crummy day before the. Oh, I'm glad. It sucks that you were having a crummy day, but I'm glad you're having a better one. And crummy, is that a food joke? Is that in reference to breadcrumbs? If so, that was incredibly clever. And if not, you are incredibly clever and don't even realize it. Mozzarella. What kind of cheese person is everyone? I am a mozzarella person as long as it's on a pizza. No, on a pizza or on like fresh pasta. Oh man, I do like a pasta bake where you put the mozzarella cheese on top. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm totally having raviolis for dinner. Now I'm bummed out that I didn't buy mozzarella cheese to put on them. So you like pizza though, Bruce? Unqualified gamer there. I know you like pizza. You better like pizza. You know what, Spider? Let's just call that unintentional. You can tell people you did that on purpose. I won't tell. All right. See, yeah, being careless. I think that was points, so we're not going to bother. Oh wait, that's if you. When you go up, you can come back down. I think there's an item or a one-up or something. Yeah, right there. Can't eat a tuna pizza. What? Tuna on pizza? Oh, don't come in here and use that kind of language. Tuna on pizza. That sounds like a threat. Oh, I'm at least gonna take it like one. I needed that health. All right. Yeah, tell me how that shield in front of him was blocking me hitting his feet. Someone make sense of that. All right, this is... Okay. You got to keep jumping or they'll stop on you. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, I'm probably gonna... I'm not gonna burn my magic because I'm probably gonna die this one. Oh, well, yeah, why not? I'll use some of my magic. There we go. You gotta... If you position them just right, based on what the spell is... There we go. Get some good hits. There we go. Now we're talking. One more! Visually, that's a gorgeous looking boss, by the way. And yeah, tuna, that's another one that I don't like the smell of it. The smell just bothers me. Ooh. All right, that's the last area right there, and it's not a platforming level, it's just a boss rush. What's that? It has an invisible extended part. Yeah, Tanzra. Let's go to Deathheim. Which sounds very weird. Okay, so this will be the last battle. As of now, I really hate it. That's where you, little pieces inside pieces of bread, and then you just get your body used to eating it. Look at, and you like how I'm giving tips for that, and I would not try that knowingly. Although, you know what? Yeah, I'll tell you what though. This is candy and desserts and meats. As long as they're hot meats, I'll try a bunch of... If you put a steak down in front of me and then tell me that it's venison, the first time I had it, that's what it was. It was given to me, and it was like, oh, this is venison. So this is awesome. You know, something about it is fascinating. Like I feel like it's one of those things where, like beef, like cow and lamb and stuff, I feel like it shouldn't taste any different, but it does. Which I just find fascinating. Like, how much of a jerk does that make it sound like? Like, I want to try and eat as many different animals as possible. Oh, wait. Now, this guy, the last time I fought him... Yeah, this is it. And then it's a boss rush right into the final boss. Now, this guy's supposed to transform when he loses a certain amount of health. The last time I fought him, I manipulated it so he didn't. So I think I'll let him transform this time. Just so you can see what it looks like. Yeah, right here. Yeah, nothing difficult. But then there's no my health doesn't restore in the middle. But if I die, it starts at the boss that I was beaten, or that defeated me. Yeah, it's as long as you can get a nice solid piece of meat. I mostly don't like bones in it. I don't mind like a T-bone, like a big bone on the side. But if it's like a piece of chicken or something, I would prefer a boneless chicken breast. I shouldn't have used that. Oh wait, there we go. That'll work. Yeah, I prefer like a boneless chicken breast just because it makes me feel more comfortable that that I'm not going to bite into a bone. Here, just hit me. Pro strats. Take a hit, save some time. Oh man, good hits. Yeah, I've had that before too. I tried medium rare steak. Yeah, I go for, when I go out, I go for medium, just because a lot of people seem to think medium rare means rare, and I don't like it. I used to like it really rare, and I don't like that anymore. There we go. There we go. Get some good hits. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, come on. Hello, Arwing. We're having a food chat today. I just burned the last magic. Here we go. Pineapple on pizza. Here we go. I love pineapple. I love pizza. But pineapple does not belong on pizza because fruit does not belong on pizza. That's why it's not a pineapple thing. It is a fruit does not belong. If you think, if you're okay with, and if it's what you like, nobody's saying you're wrong or anything. But if you don't mind it because it's a fruit, like if that doesn't bother you, and somebody said strawberries on your pizza, it would seem really weird. There we go. But ain't tomato a fruit? Tomato is a fruit. Technically it's a fruit. Tomato is a fruit the way sand is a liquid. You can pour it out of a jar, but that doesn't make it liquid. Okay, that's right. Wait. Oh. Ah, I think I'm gonna lose. Yeah, I think I'm gonna die. Now, if you... Pineapple goes well. And I think that's it. I think that's the... It goes with ham. And people love that. Oh, forgot about that. Here, you know what? Just take another hit. Oh, it kicked... Okay. Health, life times 1 means... Ah, that stinks. Life times 1 means your last life. Okay. Now I think I have to start at the beginning. And you know what's funny? I mentioned the strawberries on pizza. It's the first time, I think a year ago, I heard somebody say strawberry soup. And apparently, it's really good. I remember I heard strawberry soup. What? And then, yeah, apparently it's really good. Come on. That guy's way too fit. Oh, man. Lobster piece. You know what? That doesn't sound as weird to me. Alright, I can probably take this guy down without getting hit. Alright, I think... yeah, he won't. Alright, we may be able to get him... There we go, okay. How would the two go great together? Was that I've recently found that two go great together? How would one? I have no idea. I dipped the grilled cheese in the tomato soup. It honestly, it just kind of sounds like pizza. I shouldn't have used that spell, but man, it took some hits there at the end. Yeah, look it up. Look up a strawberry soup. It just seems like a fascinating concept. Whoops. Oh, no, no, no. Put him back on the screen. Woo! That was a nice one. I like food chat. If I'm on this side. Oh, no. Yeah, you know what? Let's just... I think this was the intended way, so... Yeah. You say melted ice cream in a bowl. Get some hits on him. Oh, 5 hits. Yeah, let's... Oh, come on, man. Oh. Get some good hits. God, that spell is so random. Okay, there we go. We can do it without getting hit. Well, not that time. Soup with milk is that milk? Oh yeah, I guess. Milk soup with corn. That sounds fascinating. All right, come on. These spells need to work. Get some good hits. There we go. Now we're talking. Pepper stuffed with cream cheese. That's... I'll let my wife know about that one. She likes both of those things. I'd say I'm gonna take a death, but no, because now I only have 2 lives left. Now I know that player times 1 means 1 life. Yeah, spicy's difficult. Spicy's very difficult because spicy is one of those things that you can like or not like, but if your body can't handle it, you're not gonna have a good time trying it. Ah, there's a way to... Ah, keep missing it. Ah. Oh, no, no. Woo! Woo! Yeah, again, that's not where the similarities to Illusion of Gaia stop. Woo! Deathheim is clear. Clutch, too. Yeah, that's the end. It's not overly dramatic. This is the most longest drag out ending though. I can't skip past, I can't speed this text up or anything. And they make you go to every land. This is so long. So we'll chat about more foodstuffs. Oh, you know what? Speaking of food stuff, this actually segues very nicely. Speaking of foodstuffs and our cereal soup, who was excited for Mario cereal? Brand new Lucky Charms. We needed new Lucky Charms on the market. Yeah, I'm probably a little bit more excited about that cereal than I really need to be. Than a grown man should need to be. Mario cereal is American only, really? Well, it looks like you're gonna need some connections to ship you over some. So, do you have anybody here in the States that'll send you a box? Arwing, no, this is not. Unless I'm wrong about this, I don't remember there being a Super Mario Brothers cereal. There was Nintendo cereal, which I was addicted to when I was a kid. They were, it was not marshmallows. It was little cereal pieces, but they were like pure sugar. Like if you put them in the drain, like if you, for whatever reason, there was some cereal pieces left and you had them in the sink, if you turn the water on, about 20-30 seconds later, they were gone. Because the water they were half sugar, so they would just dissolve almost immediately. How there were cereal pieces at the end of the cereal, I'll never understand. But the milk at the end of it was so sweet. I probably couldn't eat it today with how sweet that cereal was. Black market transactions were great. Yeah, I'm gonna have like the big like the trench coat. But when I open it up, it's boxes of Mario cereal. But it's instead of like, because they always worry like, oh, he's gonna sell drugs to kids. I'm on like college campuses, and I'm getting all of the guys like, hey, you guys want some cereal? Which was I used to tell people for Girl Scout cookies. I used to tell people if you want to sell things like Girl Scout cookies, you need to be hitting the college campuses at around 11 o'clock at night on Friday and Saturday, and get people to know that to look for you. Then you will make a killing. Only friend is overseas, someone in Canada, and he's currently away. Ah, that stinks. Well, the cereal's just hitting the market now, so you've got some time. Now, is it U.S. only or North American only? Because it'll be there if it's North American. What are you buying? I wonder how. I think this cereal is gonna go for a little while, just because they're promoting the Switch. They're promoting Mario Odyssey. That's gonna go on for a while. But now the word about the possible, I think it's still possible, but it looks like it's almost confirmed. The Mario Brothers movie is gonna eventually happen. The Super Mario theme park is gonna. That's why keeping this cereal going is just advertising for the next few years of Nintendo products that they have. That's all it really is. I mean, you go to the cereal aisle and there's a big giant box with Mario's face on it, and it reminds you that there's all this Nintendo product out there to go and get. Yeah, Amiibo support, that's real weird. I wonder how many people are just, I wonder what it's going to offer you, and you're just going to walk to the supermarket with your Switch and just start racking up the Amiibo scans. The box, Spider, the box is going to have, I guess, a little code on it or something. Something that the Amiibo scanner will pick up on. No, don't change Eatable. I like Eatable. Eatable reminds me of Willy Wonka, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp version. Because he says Eatable, and I always get a kick out of it when he says that. Yeah, Suave, if people are joking about the scalping and stuff like that, I have a feeling that there's going to be so much of this cereal around. I don't think it's going to be a scalping thing. Now, I do think that there are going to be people selling it to other people overseas. I do think that that's something that can happen. Yeah, some of that stuff, even in America with its bloated snack market, some of the weird like Kit Kat flavors, different cereal flavors and stuff, some of them I'm amazed they even try. Pretty weird awakening. You have to swallow the Joy-Con and you get it in order to scan the cereal amiibo. You have to swallow your Joy-Con and you get it back in 12 hours. But I don't think you'll want to try. Now what they should do is make Twix amiibo where you have to scan the right Twix on the right Joy-Con and the left Twix on the left Joy-Con. Wasabi Kit Kat. Ugh. Gold Mario cereal. Oh, that would. Good Lord, that would. People would explode. Like there's a special cereal box out there. That'd be cool though. I mean, you make it like a prize, so when you scan it, there may be one of them that has a prize or something. Bonus stuff inside the game. You know, when you scan the cereal box, it gives you 10 moons in Odyssey, but there's a certain ones, every once in a while you'll get the box that gives you 100 moons. Sorry, checking my Twitter. Because again, this ending is just so drag out. Yeah, it just goes through all the lands and you can't skip any of it. Like you can't fast forward the text or anything. Oh, now we're going to look inside the shrine. Here is the okay, this is something I want you to pay attention to. We're going to look inside the shrine because they have always asked us for help. And so we wanted to look inside the shrine. This is the most, in former times, people would call on you and ask for your help. As cultures and lands become more advanced, do people tend to forget those who helped them? Like, how much is that speaking to the nature of people and the idea of religion and the people that help? Like, it's so amazing. Should we yearn for a time when people no longer need to ask for our help? Like, what an amazing social commentary that is. By the way, our holiday on the 5th of December. What is the holiday on the 5th of December? Oh, yay. Because the gold painted on it, so... But it's actual gold. Well, that's, there's an alcohol called Goldschlager, which has little, I think they're mint leaves with gold on them. And my stream is, there we go, help, okay, there we go. Yeah, again, the little red thing. I don't know what's going on with my internet, if it's starting to act up or not. I'm a little bit far away from my router. And I have a problem in here where the switch doesn't always connect online if my switch is in here. Because I'm upstairs and away from the router. If my switch is in here and my door is closed, I have trouble connecting online. Which makes playing Splatoon up here a little difficult. But yeah, Goldschlager it's filled with I think they're mint leaves, little tiny mint leaves with that are covered in gold. Basically, the precursor to Santa Claus is a celebration of him giving gifts to poor children. Very, very controversial. Elves? Are we talking like sexy Legolas? Sexilus? Yeah, that was weird. Don't call him that. No, actually call him that. That was kind of weird. That was kind of good. Like, why are they so? Hey, Lizard. I'm glad you showed up for the end of the stream here, or end of this game anyway. I may stop for a little while and then come back and then stream some. I'll get a new, because after this, not immediately after this, I'm gonna do another Link to the Past, a randomizer. I may do that in a little while. People walking around with blackface, it makes sense from history. Ugh. Yeah, woo! That is a European holiday, because that ain't gonna fly over here. That is not gonna fly over here. All right, now here. This is the problem. Let's see something here. We're gonna try something out here real quick. See, can I do it like... I need to reset the system. Pause frame input. See, we need to see stuff. See, I'm at a point now where I can't press any buttons. All right? So we're going to try and reset. This is the problem with playing this game on an emulator. Let's see here. Playback one settings. Yeah, this is the problem with playing this game here. We're going to reset the game. Oh, wait, maybe that worked. Yeah, okay. So you can do it now. So what you can do now is you can play professional mode, which is... We're not going to do this now. This is only the platform sections. You have no magic, but maximum health. And all the enemies are twice as strong. Like, they take double the amount of hits. And I think they hit twice as hard. For speed running, this is the version I usually see. It's pretty cool. I thought this was a cool addition to the game. Make Fire Emblem cereal, cause Fire Emblem. Yeah, and then when you scan the box, you get a new character for, what is it? Fire Emblem Heroes or Warriors. Yeah, somebody said that before, that Actraiser 2 is basically just... It's an Actraiser game without the sim stuff, which kind of bums me out. I want to play it because if the platforming stuff is great, then that's fine. If it's a more fleshed out platformer, that's better. You know, I said it before in the last time when we were playing this yesterday. If this game was just this version of the sim game or just this version of the platforming game, it would be kind of empty. But because it's both, even though they're not fleshed out versions, because it's both of them together, it works very well. if Actraiser 2 is just the platforming stuff and it's just like this, it would not be interesting. It would feel very lacking. All right, but yeah, we are gonna call it for now. Keep an eye out on Twitter if you're available to still watch. Keep an eye out for Twitter. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, and I may come back with Link to the Past randomizer, which is super fun. But I'm gonna try and get a new version of it, so we'll get a new game going. But we're gonna change up the sprite a little bit because you can change the sprites that you play. Crap. All right. I mean, you're not missing much. Yeah, we're just on the title screen here. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, I may be back in about 20 minutes. Yeah, go make some food after all this food talk. And hopefully, if I am back in 20 minutes, I will see you there. Thank you guys, and have a great day, night, whatever time it is there.